Hey guys, my name is Javier Martin Campo. I'm 25. I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and I'm rebuilt.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another amazing transformation story, guys. Here we are. We're episode 6 of the I Am Rebuilt series. And for those of you guys that are maybe new here, what we're doing here with the I Am Rebuilt series is these are transformational stories. These are guys that decided that they had enough. They were fed up with living a life of mediocrity. They knew that their compulsive behavior, or perhaps maybe this addictive tendency with porn and masturbation, was ultimately holding them back in life. So what we're doing with this series here is we're featuring guys that decided to take the leap, that decided to take back control of their life. So these are success stories, these are transformations through our Reboot Your Life program. And today we have an incredible young man, somebody that I've gotten a chance to know very well over the past 4.5 to 5 months or so. I have Javier Martin Del Campo with me here today. Javier, welcome, brother. How are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm amazing, man. I really appreciate it. It's been quite a journey here working alongside you with the past 4 months. I'm really excited to kind of share you and kind of share your story and kind of your growth and transformation with the audience here. So, Javier, to kind of kick it off here, why don't you kind of maybe tell us a little bit about maybe where you were, 4.5 months ago, prior to joining the program here. Just kind of, how long has this really been an issue for you, and what were you really struggling with before joining the program?
Yeah, this issue I'm just struggling with my whole life, honestly. It's become, especially with society nowadays, it's become such a norm. It's become such a casual thing to do nowadays, just
Mm,
to watch, and like it really means nothing, and it wasn't until I hit a point of just of it just being feeling like out of it, feeling out of my life, feeling like there was like a hole somewhere, and
mm.
it's been a tough journey, but it's been something I've been watching since I was 8 or 10, so it's been a journey to correct 17 plus years
Yeah.
of a bad habit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I think so many of us resonate that, this is something that no matter how hard the parents try, or what measures the parents put in place. Like I get a chance and an opportunity to speak with so many parents. It's like I tell them all the time, there's going to come a day where your young child's eyes, your boy's eyes, see something that their brain has not yet developed to handle. And this has been my story, 6 7 years old, kind of that first introduction. And so many of us kind of resonate with that. So, what if anything's had you maybe tried on your own? Like, had you looked at other programs? Had you tried, white knuckling things? What attempts, in 18 years had you tried on your own? And then what hesitations perhaps did you have about committing to a program like this? Because I know what we're doing is somewhat unique. Can this guy out, on the internet, other side of the country, can he actually help me? So, what had you tried previously, and then what hesitations did you have about, maybe this program in general, if you did have any?
Yeah, so I hadn't really tried anything in all the almost 2 decades that I've been watching. I haven't really tried anything to stop it. Sometimes I try to quit cold. I try to quit cold turkey sometimes, and it just I don't know. It just wasn't. And my biggest hesitation was I kept repeating to myself, "Is it that big of a deal? Is it
Mm,
that big of a deal to where do I really need to like hire somebody or even pay for something to fix my issue?" You know what I mean? And that's what it took me the longest time to come to terms with. Is it that big of a deal? And you don't realize it's that big of a deal until you start working on the problem.
mm.
But that was my biggest hesitation was like, is it really this big of a deal that I need to sit down and have, a mentor or somebody walk me through, on a weekly basis. So that was the biggest hesitation I had. You don't realize there's a hesitation or until after the fact.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And there's going to be so many guys, watching and hearing this, probably in a similar position. Like, is this really, that big of a deal? Like, so what was that kind of dialogue like internally, getting you from the point of questioning, is it a big deal, to then taking the leap? Like, how did you know, like, okay, how did you set on this is the decision I need to make and I'm fully committing to it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like anything else, anything else that's, a bad habit in your life. Sooner or later, you're gonna hit a point where you're kind of tired of it.
Mm,
And especially the way I was feeling just in my day-to-day life, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean? Like,
mm,
so sooner or later, you hit a point where, it's a fight or flight thing. You either dive back into it again, or you can hit that reset button and, start anew. So for me, it was just hitting that point where I was like, I'm kind of sick of this. It's time for a change.
got it. Like
So
fed up with the status quo, ready to do more. Know that we were meant for more. There's a bigger purpose, bigger calling on our life. Absolutely. You know, you talked about you maybe didn't know that it was a real problem until you started working on the problem. So, maybe at what point in the program did it kind of click, or what was maybe one of the first big kind of aha moments for you once you're in the program where it's like, okay,
yeah.
now I get it and I understand this and I see the path to getting out of it.
Right. So honestly, for me, it was definitely, I'm pretty sure it was the first week, and I would talk to my wife about it seriously, serious conversations, and just the assignments, and it pretty much just it opens your eyes as far as you're like, dang, like there really is an issue here. You know what I mean? Like all the questions that are being asked, are questions that lead to it in some kind of way.
Mm.
So a lot of it for me, and even when it comes to like biblical, it's they always say it's bad, but someone just says it's bad, you don't really take much in consideration. But once you start reading scripture and you start seeing the actual reason as to why it's bad, how it affects your brain, how it affects everything in your day to day lives, and then that's when it clicks for me right away.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. Talk about, maybe your specific results or, one or two kind of big takeaways, something maybe you've learned about yourself or, something within the program that's like, I I wasn't expecting this, but this part of the program like really kind of made things click. So yeah, just kind of general,
Yeah.
results throughout the program and then, what is kind of your key takeaways, specifically
Yeah,
towards
for
this.
me, it was for me personally, the one that hit it home for me was the just the writing aspect of journaling and
Mm,
answering these personal questions. As a man, you don't really ever get to talk about the way you feel, what's happened, the past. So the fact that I'm able to put it on paper and actually get it outside, because as a guy, you bury anything that's not normal, you bury deep down. And you leave it there and you let it fester for years. So for me, it was definitely the writing assignments, and I was able to write down everything and actually put everything on words, and it helps me bring out how I'm actually feeling. And for the first time, I can actually express myself through writing. Not that anybody's going to see it, but the fact that I'm doing it
yeah.
is a big step for me.
Yeah. You briefly mentioned your wife here, at the beginning of the call. You're a newly married man. Talk about maybe what the program or what kind of finding freedom did for the marriage, for the relationship. Like how has it brought you guys closer and how do you kind of see this, really playing a major role in the success of your marriage for life? Because I know you guys got some exciting things. I mean, obviously family in the future and careers and yeah, just kind of what role did this play in your marriage right now?
We always joke about it now, and it's good that we can actually joke about it now. But now we're closer than we've ever been
Mm,
in every way, physically, emotionally, even spiritually. We're closer than we've ever been. We've been married for a little over a year, but we've been together for four. So this is the closest we've been in 4 years. So it's a nice, refreshing, feels brand new in a way.
wow.
It feels brand new as far as just us being together and us spending our time together. It's a different feeling. And it's just, I don't know, it's something I didn't notice until I started working on my issues, that how much it was affecting my marriage or how much it was affecting my significant other. And now that it's worked on, you know what I mean? Now that I haven't done anything, it's crazy. You don't notice how much until you stop.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. And I think one of the biggest keys for you guys is in the success has been, it's been the communication, the openness, the fact that you didn't keep things from her. She knew along the way what was going on. You shared with her assignments. You guys would communicate, but also you made sure that you didn't ask upon her. You didn't look at her for that accountability. And this is something that I share with a lot of guys, like those of you that are in relationships, those of you that are in marriages. It's not your wife's responsibility. It's not her job to be your accountability partner. Create the communication lines, make sure that you guys are communicating, she knows what's going on, but do not put the responsibility on her to monitor your progress, to track if you're holding yourself accountable. Put that off on somebody else, a coach, a mentor, somebody else that you can find hold you accountable, because it should not be your wife. So Javi, I appreciate you so much, brother. This has been absolutely amazing. I know that this is going to help a lot of guys. So as we bring it home here, what would your words of advice, or maybe words of encouragement to a man out here that is maybe sitting in the seat that you were in, just 5 months ago? Maybe he's questioning, like, is this a problem, or do I need to really get help? Like, maybe I can do this on my own. Maybe I can just try to white knuckle it. Just speak to the guy that is sitting kind of on the fence right now and is questioning, like, should he make the leap and join the program?
Yeah, I've been there, done that, so it's easy to make the decision. If I were to go back in time, it's easy. I'd jump on the decision. It wouldn't even be a think about kind of decision. It'd be something that I would call Frank right away. I'd email him right away. It's again, it's one of those things where honestly, just even think about drugs. I mean, let's say you're even smoking cigarettes. It's the same thing. You don't realize, oh, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's occasional. It's every once in a while. It's once a week. It's once a month. You don't realize how bad it is for you until you start working on it. Just like anything else. Over time, I've realized how much my life has changed in the 4 or 5 months, and how I would pay any money to have that ever again. And I really do hope that you know whoever's listening to this is can open their eyes and just take that leap of faith. That's all it really takes, is just to make that jump and make that sacrifice. Really.
Yeah, it's amazing, amazing. Well, brother, I appreciate you so much. I know, like I said, that this is gonna, hopefully help, inspire, motivate a lot of guys to begin to look at themselves, to begin to really take action. So whether you guys out there, are interested in joining our Reboot Your Life program here, I want you to click the link down there below, fill out the application, and let's jump on a call and see if you're a good fit. If you decide that, hey, maybe what we have here is not right, we love the content, we love the conversations. Just encourage you to seek help. Do not go about this fight on your own. Do not walk through this addiction by yourself. I believe that addiction feeds itself in isolation. So get in community, get in support, join a program, find some help. Like I said, guys, if you're interested in what we have here, click that link down there below, fill out the application. But for Hobby, Frank Rich at Reload Recovery, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.